Okay, today we're going to spend just a couple minutes talking about veterans as they relate to those with disabilities. So real quickly, just 45% of veterans with disabilities are unemployed, and 5.5 million veterans have been diagnosed with a disability. Veterans and disability. Okay, so the top disabilities of returning veterans are post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury, and or depression. Please keep that slide in mind as it's going to come up later and you'll need to know that. Okay, so post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury, and or depression. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay, let's talk a minute about that. As many as 30% of individuals returning from current conflicts or those in recent past have been found to have post-traumatic stress, as according to the RAND study. These symptoms can vary, and some are very subtle. Okay, so 2 times more likely to engage in criminal misbehavior are those veterans who return back with post-traumatic stress disorder. We see this oftentimes in the news and other media. Okay, so remember that 2 times more likely are veterans with post-traumatic stress to engage in criminal behavior. Individuals are 2 to 3 times more likely to engage in domestic abuse as well. And we've heard several occasions about this, okay, occurring in the news. 50% of those 30% of veterans returning never seek treatment for their post-traumatic stress. Okay, PTSD, what are some of the considerations that we need to know as it relates to work and in life in general for those veterans with PTSD? These are the things that impact veterans that have this condition. Memory and concentration issues, poor time management, disorganization, difficulty coping with stress, difficulty interacting with coworkers, fatigue, frequent absenteeism, panic attacks, and sleep disturbance. All of these things are impacting the veteran who's here working and suffers from this disability. Okay, let's talk a minute about traumatic brain injury. Again, according to the RAND study done in 2008, they suggest that 19% of returning vets have experienced a brain injury of some sort. Brain injury can be a mild concussion all the way to penetrating head wounds. Okay, so there's a wide variety of TBI that exists amongst veterans. 80% of reported military TBI are concussive brain injury as a result of IED explosions. Okay, so keep those facts in mind again. These are high numbers of veterans who are suffering from traumatic brain injury, and we have to be aware of that. Okay, again, considerations for TBI include memory and concentration problems, headaches, dizziness or loss of balance, nausea or vomiting, sensory problems such as blurred vision, ringing in the ears, or bad taste in the mouth, all these, including sensitivity to light or sound, mood changes and mood swings. That's huge and creates a huge impact with those who are suffering from TBI. Feeling depressed or anxious, fatigue or drowsiness, difficulty sleeping, or sleeping more than usual. Okay, mental health in veterans. Up to 50% of returning veterans experience depression. Most vets do not seek treatment for mental health issues, and as a lot of the literature shows, because a lot of times it's because of the stigma that's associated with being diagnosed with a mental illness or just the stigma associated with seeking treatment. Untreated mental health conditions can lead to other debilitating problems, okay, including high rates of unemployment, homelessness, substance abuse, divorce, child abuse, and suicide. So, how work affects benefits. So just be aware of this too as it relates to veterans with disabilities. Disability pension is reduced dollar for dollar for any income that is deemed countable under the VA rules. Veterans receiving disability pension are required to report all income to the VA. Just be aware of that. Service-connected benefits are not means tested, so they are not affected income or resources. Okay, that's different than the non-service connected. Neither wages nor net income from self-employment affects the disability compensation, and also other forms of income not related to employment and assets are also not taken into consideration by the disability compensation program. So, veterans benefits. VA benefits, we're going to look at the VA benefits and the Social Security disability benefits, okay, side by side. So, when we're talking about VA benefits, we're talking about degrees of disability. They only consider service-connected disabilities. Total file review, no deference given to one opinion. Disability rating of 70% or higher. Can get help in SSDI, and it gives little weight to Social Security Administration disability ruling. VA does have a duty to review SSA file and determination. Under the SSDI, it's an all or nothing criteria. The treating physician, not the insurance or anyone else, rule, deference is given to the opinion of individuals of the treating physician, considers all impairments, and gives great weight to the disability ruling of the VA. Okay, so finally, one last comment about veteran benefits. Most veterans receiving disability compensation can work and have no prohibitions on obtaining or maintaining employment. Only those who receive higher rating because they are considered unemployable would run into problems when working. Okay, so one thing I wanted to say, which I should have indicated at the beginning, these slides are a benefit coming from Mast Wheatley. It's an employment service that I found online, and that's where most of the information from these slides originated from, and I modified them for this presentation.